Hey friends, today's a rainy day, so we're gonna make some pizza and chocolate chip cookies for lunch. The boys really wanted some takeout pizza, but because it's raining, I'm not going out and we don't get delivery. So the next best thing is I have this Pillsberry dough pizza crust. It's really easy to use. It's pretty quick once you pre-bake it. And you can literally put anything on it. I'm just going to use some cheese and pepperoni. But the best part about this is that you can literally just put whatever you like. You can make a breakfast pizza. You can make a veggie pizza. My kids really love Colby Jack cheese. So that's what I'm going to use. And they love pepperoni. So let's go ahead and make some pizza. This pizza dough does come rolled up, so you do need to stretch it out a bit. I like to just stick it right in the pan on some parchment paper and just smooth it out to the edges and make it nice and flat. You can also cut it into quarters and everyone can make their own little pizza. But for today, since everyone likes cheese and pepperoni, we're just gonna make one big one. Once you're all set, you want to put the dough in the oven at 400 degrees for 8 minutes. This is the pre-baking part of your pizza. Next, I'm just getting my cheese and my pepperoni out. This is what I had. Like I said before, you can use whatever you have. There's my buddy, my little helper. Okay, so I have some pepperoni that I'm going to just cut up into smaller pieces. Since my kids love pepperoni, we use it for like homemade Lunchables. These slices are a little too big for them to have on a pizza, so I just cut them up to make them more bite-sized for them. Now, my kids love Colby Jack cheese, so I'm just going to take what we have. For some reason, the deli sliced it much bigger than they usually do, so I'm just going to kind of cut it up a bit so it's just easier to sprinkle on the pizza. You don't have to do this. You could literally just throw your cheese on. It's all going to melt, but I figured this might just be easier to do. So because I have just the one hand and my little buddy here, he wants some cheese, so I'll just give him some and break some up. As you can see, I'm a pretty busy mama with 4 little ones running around. So this pizza is definitely one of my go-to for quick lunches, especially if you have picky eaters. Like my kids, they're not extremely picky, but they definitely have their dislikes with certain foods. And this is something you can just customize to anybody and pretty simple to do at that. Now that our pizza is done pre-baking, you're just going to go ahead and grab your pizza sauce or your tomato sauce, anything that you really have on hand. Today I have tomato sauce, so that's what I'm going to use. You want to have like a thin layer on your pizza crust. My kids are not big on a lot of sauce. They're more cheese than sauce kind of kids. But again, you can customize it to what you like. You want to try to get your pizza sauce as close to the edge as possible without going on the edge. You do want to leave a little bit of space for that crust. My kids aren't too big on crust, so I like to go pretty close to the edge. Now, if this was a pizza that I was eating, I probably would add a little bit more sauce, but because it's for them, I'm not going to add too much today. Next, you want to add your cheese. Now, if you're doing this with your kids, they definitely can do the toppings. That's always fun. Mine were watching a movie, so I'm just going to add them on myself. I like to add a little bit of oregano and garlic powder after we've already put all the toppings on and before I put it in the oven. Once you're done adding your toppings, you want to put it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 16 minutes or until the crust is golden brown and your cheese has melted. Once it's done baking, this is what it looks like. I like to let it cool for a bit before cutting it and serving it to the boys. Is it baby approved? Is that good? Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna taste this, everybody, like it tastes.
Ooh, that stretch. Alright, I'll let you watch a movie. Now onto chocolate chip cookies. These are the ingredients you're going to use. I will leave a detail list in the description box below. You're going to add 1 cup of softened butter and 2 large eggs. I had a helper today. He did get some shell in it. Luckily, we got it all out, so we did not have crunchy cookies. Next, we're going to add some sugar. Then we're gonna add some brown sugar. This is 3/4 cup regular sugar or granulated sugar, and then 3/4 cup of brown sugar. Now we're still in the process of moving, so I just have a 1/4 cup here, which is why you'll see me do a few more scoops than if I had everything I needed. Next, you're gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. This looks about right. Like I said, we're in the process of moving. I don't have my teaspoons. You're gonna wanna mix this on like a medium speed until everything is well combined. I like to do it till I see the butter get kind of fluffy. This is the consistency we're looking for before we add our flour. Next, you're gonna wanna add your flour. It's 2 1/4 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. I had to take a little bit of a pause from the cookies because someone wanted some more pizza. Now you're gonna add 1 teaspoon of baking soda and a teaspoon of salt. I like to scrape down the edges before I mix everything all together. Then you want to mix it till everything is well combined. Don't forget to scrape your sides. You want to make sure that everything is mixed well. We're gonna add our chocolate chips now. The recipe calls for about 1.5 cups. I personally say put as much as you like. We like a lot of chocolate chips in our cookies, so I do a little bit over that. You wanna make sure you combine it really well. You're going to want to scoop out about a tablespoon of cookie dough onto your baking sheet, or if you have a cookie scooper, you can do that. And you want to make sure they're about 2.5 inches apart on your cookie sheet. This is what it should look like before you put it in the oven. You want to bake these at 375 for 10 minutes or until golden brown. Once they're done baking, I let them cool on a cooling rack for about 5 to 10 minutes before serving them. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and also subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, and thank you for watching.